Hey guys, I am DM Zone. This is Gamers Oasis. Let's get into it. Okay, guys, we're going to go back into the Hallowed Oak Dungeon again. This is actually the fourth video on this since the beginning. We have ended up fleeing from some goblins because they probably came back with more than we wanted to fight in that very moment. But we have backed up to a defensive position. Edith's ears are still ringing. She's got 2 more turns of that. And they're deciding what they want to do as far as which direction they want to go. They're probably either going to go back through this one-way secret door, which they don't necessarily know if they can get out if the door shuts behind them, or they might go through that stone door that they've saw, but that takes them really close to where the goblins were. So the question is, do they wait a little longer and then go through the stone door, or do they go back up through the secret door? Let's go ahead and roll some dice and find out, shall we? Let me go ahead and we're going to do blue is no, purple is yes. Are they going to go through the one-way secret passage? I'm going to do this with 2 dice because I really feel like this is a yes answer, but we're going to see what the dice say. Yeah. Box cars on the purple. They are for sure going to go through the secret door. Now, the question is, what do we find over there? Okay, guys, so I've got everyone placed here. They're getting ready to go this way through the door. I'm going to give Edith a no roll because a 1 in 6 chance at neg 1 is basically no chance. She's able to understand things that are being said to her, but she just can't make a listen check. So it's going to be the 2 demi-humans, which have the same chance to be able to really hear anything on the other side. That is the elf, Myron, and the dwarf, Stigeth. And they for sure do know if there's anything over. Blue's going to be monsters. Purple's going to be unguarded loot. So they do not have either of those things. Let me go ahead and draw that room. Okay, so they go ahead and open this door. Again, this room has, I'm going to put it in a different color, has a bunch of crates and boxes of all different sizes. It has a table right through here. That's pretty good size, and it has more boxes over here. It has some barrels. Not my barrels, this is my attempt at barrels. We got some shelving here. This essentially was a storeroom for whoever. And at this point in time, apparently goblins were using it for whatever. But they're not currently occupying this room. But that's what they believed it was. And then the PCs jumped out and smashed 3 of them in the face, causing 2 of them to run away the first time. And a very confused Goblin Boss did not believe that the people poured out of that area. And basically allowed the PCs to get closer. So we're going to go ahead and go in this room, and we're going to start posting up over here. Let me go ahead and erase this real quick while I get everything set up. Okay, so here we are in this room here. They're going to listen to see if they hear anything. Again, blue is, well, we still don't have Edith yet. We have another full turn. They do not hear anything, so it's going to be completely blind if there's anything in here. Blue is encounter. There is neither. I'm going to go ahead and draw this up. Nope. I believe that is right. All right, I think that looks a little closer to a regal chair that's semi-throne-like with pillows and clothing or cloth draped over it for a specific look. I think that kind of meets that a little bit more. Now, they open the door, potentially. Let's give the demi-humans a chance. Yes, they're able to open the door. They push open the door. They don't see anything in here, so they just kind of step through and get a chance to really look over their surroundings. Edith brings the torchlight just a little bit more forward. Brith comes over here. Osgar is going to come over here, and we're just going to kind of keep Beba over here looking back south just to make sure. And before any of them open the door, let's see what they're going to do. Are they going to search this room before anything else? No. Are they going to listen at the doors before anything else? Unsure. Are they going to listen at the west door? No. Are they going to listen at one of the two east doors? Yes. Okay. The near one or the far one? So near, the far. Yes. Okay. Again, it's going to be Stigith, and Edith's going to be just there for moral support, essentially. So here's for the two demi-humans. They are both successful. Matter of fact, I'm going to roll this one again. Yes. So high, it's Stigith. It is Myron. Myron really thinks he hears something breathing. Not like close, but that way for sure. So are they going to go through and challenge that, or are they going to choose a different direction? So they are going to go challenge that. Okay, let me go ahead and draw this room. Okay, so we have another 10-foot room. There's a door to the south that's a stone door. That is, I'm not going to do the stone doors, I think, in like a solid, so I can distinguish them. I think that's how I'm going to do that. This door over here is reinforced, made of a stronger wood with metal bindings that go through it. So it is for sure a more sturdy type of door. Are they going to try and look at the stone door or go through this door? Or let's go see which direction they're going to go first. So high, it's the stone door. So they're going to try and figure out the stone door because they don't figure they probably heard anything breathing from the other side of the stone door. We'll send Myron over there because being the elf, he is probably the most proficient at it. Here's for his passive is blue. Does not passively pick up anything. Are they going to spend a turn to try and see if he can figure out if there's a secret way into it? He sees there's a key. No. There's a keyhole. It looks to be a very secure door. Either you need to find a different way in or you need to get the key, in his opinion. It's not anything secret. So, are they going to go through this door or are they going to back off seeing that there's this type of thing? They're going to go for it. All right. So, Edith can now hear because it has been that extra turn. No, it has not been the extra turn. Edith cannot hear. But Edith's going to be there for sure. So all three are going to push on the door even though Edith can't hear because the door is reinforced. Okay, here's for the roll. Okay, they easily push open the door. It's in a single motion, they push open the door. This is a 10 by 30 foot room. With the door on the east side of the room, there are markings on the wall that is written in what looks like some sort of goblinoid or orc, and Brith looks at some of this and really can sense that some of it's written actually in chaos. We'll worry about what that actually says here in a second, because pressing on us right at the moment, we have some goblins at least. So we have a total of 4 goblins. See if there's any wolves on guard duty. No, there's no wolf on this guard duty. Luck. Where were these goblins at? They're pretty lucky. So the goblins are going to be right over here, essentially all occupying their own space. I'm going to say luck to see if we heard some sleeping. So they're fairly unlucky. Only one is sort of asleep, but when the door opens, it immediately awakes. I'm going to go ahead and put the goblins on their space. They're using swords, and they have shields, and they wear leather. Okay, so we're going to do an ish. Again, this is for movement tiebreakers and spell type tiebreakers and those type of things, not necessarily for combat. That's going to be based on weapon class. I keep saying weapon speed, I mean weapon class. Weapon speed is a whole different edition of the game, and it means something completely different. PCs win that, so they're going to go ahead and get the first move, which is good. Myron is going to go over here and shoot with the bow. Edith is going to come over here and stab with a spear. Stigith's going to come over here and swing his hatchet. Osgard's going to come here. Ooh, yeah. Brith's going to come. Boy. Try not to get in the way of things. It's going to come here. And we'll go ahead and give... Myron's going to get the first attack. Boy, you can't shoot in the melee. Will Myron go into melee? Because there's just not... This is a very tight space. Yes. Alright, Myron's going to jump into melee. Not his preferred place, but Edith does have a spear. It makes a lot of sense. Alright, that's going to make Brith have the room to come over here. And we'll have the light shining through there. Alright, so highest initiative for the melee is going to be Edith. Edith's going to go into the goblin directly in front of him. Her. I rolled a 4. That's a 7. Leather and shield, though, against a spear is a 9. That's not going to work. Stigith and Myron both go in the same speed. Stigith with the hand axe. Guy at 9 gets +1 for 10. That is easily enough with a hand axe. Actually, it's not easily enough, but it is enough. He's going to get a d6 +1 for damage, which is going to be enough to outright kill, even though the goblin had max hit points. So this goblin dies with a quick, brutal slash of an axe because of a good dice roll and because of a strength bonus. Next up would be Myron, who rolled a 10. That's a good thing. Myron is using a dagger. He actually needed an 8, so he did better at that, but he only does a d4, which is a point, and the goblin has a point. So super lucky on that. Second goblin dead. This one killed by Myron. All right. Goblins can't go back into them. They killed everyone within reach. It's going to come down to initiative. Goblins go first. They're going to move. Ooh, we're going to do a morale check first. They just lost 50% of their people. So they rolled a 7. They're going to run. They're not engaged in combat. The goblins are going to open the door and they're going to run downstairs. Is the party going to follow? Yes, they are going to give chase. Let me go ahead and draw the stairs. happens to be a lucky surprise. Then we have I'm going to do this like this and kind of draw it in like that. This is a platform, and then it's got stairs. No, excuse me, not there. This is another platform, and then it has a solid wall, and then we have stairs going down here, like that. Does the party stop? I'm going to give... No, they are going to continue. Okay. Okay, let me go ahead and draw this room real quick. This room is 20 foot by 20 foot. As the goblins bust through the door remains open. Like that. It's actually more like a hallway. And then right here, there is a door. The goblins are going to continue straight into this room, busting open that door and just continue to run. All right, Stigget's going to make it to here. Myron's going to make it to here. Edith's going to make it to, I got this backwards. Excuse me. Okay. So Stigeth makes it to here. Myron makes it to here. Edith makes it to here. The goblins are here. You have Brith coming through the doors. Osgard at the top on the different level. So I'm going to put him like that. So they know he's not there, he's up. And also up there is Beba. Edith has a torch. Okay, so the goblins burst through the doors and continue to run. Are we continue to chase the goblins? I'm going to go with purple being no in this case, because this is quickly advancing into a pursuit that I'm not sure we want to be at as first level. They want to pursue, but they're not blindly pursuing. They have caution as they pursue. So I'm going to give Mr. Stigeth here a wisdom roll. Is he wise? He is fairly wise. He has a 9. He rolled a 2. Okay, so what does he see when he looks into this room? He sees that this room is one of the larger rooms he's seen so far. It is 50 feet by 40 feet. It is pretty massive. He sees that there are different stoneworks in here and all this type of stuff. And let's roll to see if there's anything in here, loot or otherwise. There is an encounter. And there is loot. So, apparently, there is a fight right here at hand. Okay. Let me look at something real quick. right, we're going to... So this is on... Okay, this is not a terrible, terrible thing. So these two goblins go running down into the arms of 4 more goblins. We're going to draw this room, or part of it at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 30 feet. This room continues beyond that. And there are torches down here that are lit. So over here, there's a candle. Over here, there's a candle. Over here, there's a candle. And over here is a candle. That's one of the first things you guys realize is there's actually maintained light within this. And it's with candlelight. And then hanging, or sitting on top of like little things, there's candles up here too. Excuse me. Just like that. So this room actually has like chandelier type things for like candle sconces that hang from the ceiling, which are being maintained by the goblins to some degree or not. Okay, so those goblins are going to run in there. Let me go ahead and roll luck for where those goblins are. And let me get 2 more goblins. Yeah, Sharpie out of the way. Here's for the luck on that. They're going to be fairly lucky, fairly unlucky. They're going to be sort of scattered around, kind of like that. And we'll get into what the treasure is. Okay, so first of all, 10 up for gold. Yes. And now we have to roll if there's any gemstones. It's going to be... No, it's still on a 20. No, excuse me. It's a 19. No, and magic. No. Okay, but silver is blue. So there is several hundred silver and gold inside chests that apparently they're going through right now as the party runs into the room. Okay. So, reaction. They're going to have a very negative reaction to humans chasing goblins into this area. And they're going to immediately cry out for battle, which actually could be a little bit of a benefit. Goblins tend to fight a little bit. And by them yelling like a war cry, they're not going to... Other areas in this area might not hear the goblins who are coming in saying, we're being attacked, or wherever they might be yelling in their goblin tongue. We're going to go ahead and roll to see if anyone in earshot's going to pay any mind to a bunch of goblins fighting amongst themselves. No, at this point in time, they're not. Okay, so, initiative. Party gets to go first. The goblins would have not stopped in melee, actually. I'm going to go ahead and move these guys real quick. Is Osgard like, hey guys, are you sure you want to do this? No, he is right there with it. So he is not really gung-ho, but he's with it. I'm going to put this over here. Beba is still up there. And I haven't been keeping track of Beba, so we're going to put this on turn 3. I believe that is true because they would have lit new torches probably with the initiative. Party gets to go first. Stig's not going to go immediately into and block the doorway. He's going to go over to here. Myron's going to come over here and step to the side, and Edith's going to come in and go directly into melee. Brith will come down and be like, whoa, there's a bunch here. Osgard to be like, I can't wait to see what we're actually getting ready to fight. And Beba is innocently waiting to hear what we're doing over here. No one's in range on our side. Do these goblins have bows? No, they do not. So, they're going to be joining us in melee. They're going to be coming in to Stigith, and over here, high is Myron, low is Edith. So it's going to go after Myron. All right, so all the combat essentially is going to go in the weapon class order that it is. Edith goes first because she has the highest. Do the other goblins have swords as well, or do they have something faster? They have swords as well. Okay, Edith's going to go into this. Do they have shields? No, they do not have shields. So they're going to be leather only. So Edith's going into a shield and leather. Oh, for the goodness sakes. That will miss. Next up will be Stigith, who will miss. And then Myron, who rolls an 8, which is actually what Myron needs. Though Myron has a +1 to hit even. Rolls another point of damage. This one actually has 4. So I'm going to put this down as Goblin 1, who has 4. I didn't like the way that looked last time, so I'm going to do it like this. Alright. Goblins are going to go back into people. This one into Stigith. That will miss regardless. This one is Stigith. That one will miss regardless. I don't think he's a 6. So we're going to have a sword versus chainmail and shield. Nope, that's a 9. Against Edith, she's of course dropped her torch, and she has that, so that's going to be a miss. This one against Myron, I'll miss. And then this one to Stigith, because they have to put so many on the dwarf. Alright, so that's going to be a 7. They don't have any bonuses to hit. Chainmail and shield with a sword is a 9. So we are pretty solid. I almost said something silly. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go to the next round of initiative. We're going to go absolutely Simo. So all movement happens at the same time. All those type of things happen at the same time. I'm going to give Brith a dexterity chance to try and get past Edith without being skewered. Brith failed that, guaranteed, but the question is, how badly did he fail that? Brith's dexterity is one of his higher stats at an 11, so he fails it, but it was not by more than 5. I'm going to say that he got through, but he's going to give Edith a -1 as he moves over to here. And he's going to have a -1 while he's trying to attack that goblin. Osgard is going to come over here, realize he's got the wrong weapon out, needs to switch to daggers. So he's going to go ahead and switch to a dagger, and then he's going to move into the room. So here is for his dexterity check, which is successful. He's going to pick up the torch and hold a dagger in the offhand, in the main hand. He will not be able to attack this turn. Well, I mean, he made his dex check. Nah, he switched from bow to dagger. That's too much movement. So he's able to get there and pick up the torch. But yeah, that's about all he can do. All right, Edith. It's going to suffer a -1. That's a 5. That'd be an 8. Versus a sword and shield, I need a 9. Even without the negatives, I miss. Myron going up against the other goblin with a shield. Actually, not a shield, just a regular leather. Rolled an 8. That is what he needs. He rolls enough to kill. As a goblin down, and another one on Myron's, the first goblin on his, no, actually, I put that in Brith. That is not meant to go in Brith. The first one Brith kills doesn't count. Okay, here's for Brith. No. Here's for Stigith. Okay, strength check. He maintains his weapon. And that's it for them. Goblin into Edith. Misses. Into Stigith. Misses. into Stigith, directly across. 7, needs a 9 into Stigith. Misses. This one here on a 4, 5, or 6 is going to go into Brith because Brith is now there. It's going to stay on Stigith. And he's going to have to make a strength check. A 9 will be successful though. Barely. And he'll maintain his weapon. Alright, Anish. PCs go first if that matters. Probably not. Here's Edith. Edith's going to roll a 7. No longer suffering an egg 1. That is a 10. That is, even with an egg 1, that would have hit. Edith's going to do 4 points of damage, and the goblin has 3. So that is a dead goblin, and Edith gets a little chick. Okay. Next up is going to be Stigith. And he's going to hit, and he's going to do a d6 plus 1 for 3 points of damage. The goblin has 3 points of damage, and he's going to kill a goblin. Okay. Brith. Actually, movement. Nope. Osgard was going to attack the one in front of Edith, but that one died. So he has no nothing. He can go that way if Brith doesn't kill his. But here's for Brith. Brith's going to roll a 9, which for a mace is more than they need. So he'll go ahead and do a d6 for a point. And the thing has 5. And I don't think he has any strength. No, he does not have any strength. Why did I even look at that? That's silly. So we're going to call this Gob 2. And he's going to have 5. He's going to have 1 point done to it. Osgard is going to go into that one with a failure to hit. They lost 3. I've not done the attacks back. So I've got 1 going to Edith. So that is a 9. They need sword versus chainmail and shield needs a 9. Right? Yes, so that hits. The goblin does 2 points of damage. Okay. The one going into Myron. That will hit. No, wait a second. Plate mail. Sword versus plate mail and shield. He does have a shield out by now. And that will be a miss. Thank goodness Myron has plate mail, right? What he spent his money on. This goblin misses. This goblin and the Stigith, of course, misses. The one that was killed rolls an 8. Sword versus... Nope, needs a 9. Okay. Now, they got to make a morale save. They're going to make it because they rolled higher than their morale. They're going to be basically pissed off because how dare these... a dwarf, of all things, come down here. There's some slanderous statements made towards the dwarven people. But yes, Myron is going to go ahead and stand his ground, swap weapons to a bow because he would much rather be in bow range. And Osgard is going to move with the torch over to here. Given a dexterity check to get by, he is good. And he's going to, since he's not in melee anymore, he's going to swap to his longbow and drop the torch at his feet. So he can potentially shoot something next round if needed. Okay, so we're going to go to melee or shooting. Here's for Myron, shooting that goblin. That will be a 5. Short range, leather. Yes, no, that is one of the ones with the shield. Still needs a 5 to hit. That's incredible. Does a d6 points of damage. 2. Goblin has 2. Man, Myron's over here tearing it up. That goblin is going to die in the wrong phase. He will not be able to attack back. Edith does not have anyone in range, so she will just stand there and look attractive. Stigeth's going to go into the one next to him, or here. That will be a 7 plus 1 is 8. Hand axe versus leather is an 8, so that's going to hit. This is going to be a d6 plus 1 for 4 points of damage, which is more than the goblin has. This is basically becoming a wrap-up at this point. Will Brith get the last kill? That's an 8 with a mace. That will hit. Brith does a point. The goblin has... Oh, I've already rolled that. So this is goblin 2. So he did an extra point. Will this goblin surrender? Yes, this goblin will surrender, being the last goblin there. He falls to the ground and begs for mercy. Let me check something real quick. Will Stigeth let it go? Unsure. Will Brith see this? Yes, Brith will see this and tell Stigeth no, and try and use his charisma to persuade him not to. Successful does it. Intervenes on Stigeth's part so he does not kill the goblin that is begging for mercy. Alright. Does the party search the room? This is going to be 2 rounds to search the room. It's a big room. Yes, they are going to search the room. They're also going to collect the gold. So, I'm going to go ahead and write that down. They find 100 gold pieces and 500 silver pieces. Okay, guys, I hate to do that to you and break it off right in the middle of the combat while we're searching for treasure and secret doors and all that type of stuff. But trying to keep these videos in length, I am going to stop it here. I'm going to start immediately from there and go into next session. It'll be coming up here in a short amount of time. Because I'm kind of breaking these videos like this into shorter amounts, I am going to, at least for a while, put out more videos. Now, the Thursday one at 5 o'clock in the morning, that's the guaranteed one. If I do a bonus video like I am this time, it's going to come out within the same week. That's the plan. So I hope you guys like videos like this. If you want to see more done like this, if you have thoughts on how I can maybe do it better, please get with me, let me know. And I really appreciate you guys watching to this point. Thank you. Give me a like if you feel like it was worth it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Keep rolling those dice. Bye.